Welcome, sheep gang, sheep gang, sheep gang. Well, here we are, looking out across a beautiful afternoon here in East Germany. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping. What a beautiful day for, yeah, you guessed it, World War III. Oh boy. Today I'm coming at you with a replay between myself, 35th, and Reject, who's playing 82nd Airborne. And this is, I forget what this map is called, but it's the big one. So what I was mainly worried about is helicopters, because helicopters on this map are actually faster than, it actually sort of is faster for once, because the map is so long, they can get there before cars can. So, I had a lot of AA, did not get a CV, which I noticed in the beginning of the game. But yeah, pretty normal stuff. Got some OP Spetsnaz, a lot of recon units coming forward. My opponent had a lot of airborne engineers, airborne dragon. Yeah, a fair amount of infantry. Some of these 40mm machine guns, and a decent amount of helicopters, as I sort of suspected. 2 F-15s. So that's pretty crazy. That's a lot of points in F-15s. He's getting points with this helicopter, which is kind of slow, in my opinion. I don't know if that's how I'd do it. But this guy is this guy's ranked 384. So he's better than I am, so I shouldn't really doubt him. He does get a bit of a tick, a +2. And yeah, like I said, the helicopters come forward. We do get some vision on them. This one opens up. It goes miss, of course. Scouts hop out, and just a little too late to get a bunch of kills, but we do force off the helicopters, and we have a nice line of fire here with these gases, which can do a lot of suppression. They don't actually do much damage to infantry. But as you can see, everything here is pretty suppressed. We do get this Spetsnaz forward, which is key. Over here, this is uncontested. Over here, we do get this here. This airborne dragon ends up way over here and starts firing ATGMs over here. Right here, World War III has erupted. And we have stalled them pretty hard here. The Spetsnaz are going to mop the floor with a lot of this stuff here, but he does get the airborne engineers next to the Spetsnaz, and those will, with their satchel charges, start doing the damage they need to do to the Spetsnaz. High explosive bomb comes in. Doesn't kill me. Back out the Spetsnaz to keep him alive. We got Spetsnaz over here. And I do have CVs coming forward finally. One for this and one for this. Put a stop to this take. The airborne takes a bunch of fire out in the open here, so I put the Spetsnaz back in to mop them up. These engineers are going to continue to do damage to the Spetsnaz. This descent, Niki Rozvedka doing pretty good work here, but I need to pull out or they're going to just slowly break up the... okay, so I do pull them back. Over here I've got a laser-guided bomb coming forward, but his F-15 Eagle is in my backline, which I can't see, and it gets on the tail of my laser-guided bomb and just completely destroys it. And at this point, I'm kind of remembering that NAFO airplanes are just simply better than Russian ones, so I need to be careful. I do get, and he's just going to keep laser-guided bombing me. I do get the CV in here to stop the tick. This airborne dragon comes forward, and the Spetsnaz GRU actually do a very good job of fending off the airborne. I send out a plane. Actually, I didn't realize. I'd forgotten that NAFO planes are better, so I sent out a air superiority fighter and got completely destroyed by an F-15, even though he was flying over 2 Iglas and some anti-helicopter AA. This Rozvedka does go down. The Spetsnaz there got... oh no, they didn't. The Spetsnaz come here to pull back to the supply. The Spetsnaz GRU... sorry, I gotta blow my nose. Spetsnaz, you were holding off that airborne impressively. However, he does send in the high explosive bomb to go finish that off. Another Spetsnaz gets destroyed by a high explosive bomb over here, which you can see the craters in the earth. The supply survives, but we're getting a tick, which is good. Over here at some point I send some of these units here to watch the road. Not a ton of points invested here. Some recon and a Spetsnaz and a CV, some AA. So I push up to try to get a little bit of advance warning. Over here the Afghansi get in a fight with this machine gun, and I think this might be a grenade launcher. Yeah, it is. Okay. And I pull him back. I kind of wish I'd seen the effect there. This division has like an automatic grenade launcher like that I was sort of wondering whether or not to put in the deck. Over here, I guess in retrospect I should be pushing forward, which I do eventually. This airborne dragon is still annoying me. A lot of helicopters coming forward. And we have pretty much successfully gotten this out, but I don't have a good way to deal with that just yet. In fact, these weapons are really good against airborne divisions, because the best thing is a tank. And look how much damage it's doing to this vehicle too. These things are not bad. This thing's partner got killed, so we can't really stun that Chinook. Over here the OP Spetsnaz are caught out. OP Spetsnaz have like no ability to fight. So, sort of unfortunate we can't quite get into here just because of this cheap unit here. Like maybe a BMP is what we need. Okay, so the mech rifles dragon kill a Metis that I send in. I'm curious how many kills those things got. But as far as points on the board, we are doing better. It's just our position is not great. There are just a few units that are causing some just real problems. Airborne dragon and a Chinook. More cancer just coming in. As you can see, I send my recon units over here to kind of monitor this road. I think I definitely should have brought my Spetsnaz over here, maybe even got him into this area. Although his planes are so good that there's sort of no hope. So we've gotten a decent tick, kind of caught up on points, but he's bringing his CV forward finally to come and take this, which will give the tick to him, I think, maybe? Maybe it'll just make it even. No, it'll just make it even. I'm worried about the airplanes, so I'm spending a lot on AA, getting the Iglas with the Skrezit, which are good against helicopters. And I get this helicopter in here, which turned out to be a really good call. Although the airplanes are coming, but killing this infantry here is huge for being able to keep them from getting into these buildings. I try to land it, and don't. 2 F-15s will do the job. They just back out, but that was huge strategically. Like, if those had gotten embedded in there, that would have been a huge problem. Not sure why this isn't. This guy's having troubles. Look at the sheer number of airplanes for my opponent, circling about the sky like hawks. Over here, I still haven't managed to figure out the solution to this. Gas opens up, but like I said, this does like no damage. Like, this thing is not, it's good at suppressing, but that's about it. Do have the AA situation improving here, so we do put some damage on that laser guided bomb, so at least we won't see that for a little bit. And we have a Spetsnaz sniper, which I think was quite a good call to keep infantry from pouring in here. high explosive bomb coming forward. We do get the Igla off, and then it just really fortunately for us flies over this this blob of AA here. Right here, the Afghansi go down, but so does the plane, and that's a good trade for us. That's 2 planes that we don't have to worry about now. So my investment in the AA was correct. Got some BMDs forward. I think we lost 1, maybe 2. And this is good for us because we're clearing up a lot of this infantry that he's sending forward. Finally, this thing goes down. I'm a little curious what killed it. Not quite sure. So in retrospect, I should be pushing up, but I'm feeling pretty kind of crummy about my situation because I just don't have a great way of dealing with all this. I guess what I should be bringing out is artillery. The artillery is probably the best way to handle that. Skrezek goes down, Igla's gone, Sniper's gone, but they honestly did the job. This Gaz is doing work here. Now we have a bit of an infantry problem here, but we do have a good line, so we can kind of see what he's doing, and the minute they poke out here, they're going to walk into a wall of fire. We get our CV into here barely, because the TOW is firing at the BMD. And I'm a little confused why I don't die. I do die. No, I don't. Okay. So I guess that's just a weird line of sight problem for him. This sniper is doing a great job of shutting down this forward push with all this infantry here. Not a lot of stuff to fend this off. So good call on him coming forward like this. Laser guided bomb comes forward for the Desaniki, destroys it, but the TOW is quite weakened. This Apache is triggering me. And yeah, just the Medicis and the Sniper are holding off a lot of infantry here. ATGM almost gets my Strela here, barely misses. Yeah, this is just sort of a cross-field fight here. Just pure infantry, small arms. And we're winning somehow. I don't quite understand how. I guess these just don't have much... Yeah, they have a machine gun. I'm not quite sure. It might have just been the Sniper. I'm not entirely sure how we did that so well. I do finally move forward with the Metis. And the Spetsnaz moves forward as well. I just have no idea what's over here. I'm sending a Sniper to try to get better vision. But maybe like a Razvedka would have been better. This is getting vision here, but I just can't quite see in here. And I'm assuming he could kind of see me. These two things just go down, which is what I needed for that Apache. The homosexual opens up, but it's at max range, and Igla fires at the Apache and misses. M551 ACAV get a shot off on the Igla. Homosexual continues to miss. Get some supply, which is always good. I have Spetsnaz coming forward now to this position to help fight this fight in here, and these for some reason move forward. The homosexual misses again, of course. But now they're almost in range of the Metis, and as they move forward they come into range, and the Metis does what the homosexual could not. One M551 ACAV down, and other one fires and gets it because it turns its back armor, but at the same time my opponent gets just a truly sickening amount of infantry in here, along with a airborne leader, giving the tick back to him. The Spetsnaz is not unloading, nor is this one. Major error. And the command helo comes forward for this. I think we lost our CV. No, we sent our CV over here from there to try to put a stop to this. LGB comes forward, and they both get like a major kill there. I guess I'm not quite sure what I should have done differently there. I'm not quite sure how to set up taking this. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely AA. That's for sure. Screzit fails. Eagles open up on the F-15. And it does go down. Another airplane down. That's really good for us. Screzit's going down left and right, but we are getting that Eagla wall that is necessary for the win against divisions like this. Take down a CV Gila. Huge. We're still in winning territory here, so he still has to attack, which is good for us. Quite glad that he didn't have artillery, because that would have really hurt this position. Although I should have brought my artillery out as well, honestly. The TOW is out of ammo, and it doesn't have that building anymore, so it's sort of out in the open. Bring a rocket helo forward, but we don't have great vision, although I don't quite understand why. Yeah, I mean, like, look at his points. Like, he doesn't have a lot of points out. So I feel like we're doing pretty well for ourselves. He pulls his leader back a little bit. This infantry pushes forward here. And there's not a lot to defend this. 2 Eaglas and a Screzit. The Screzit will do some damage. Yeah, okay, the Screzits are better than the Gazes at just doing actual damage. Like, that's not terrible. Screzit basically kills that aero rifles unit. Laser guided bomb comes for it though. Does it get it? Oh, it gets it at the very last moment. Hero Screzit. Worth. BMDs come forward. Oh, I guess we killed... I remember this. We killed that leader with this helicopter. It, like, poked its head out here and we could just barely see it. And he couldn't pull it back in time. So we do get the point back, giving us the tick. Right here, this helicopter is in great position because he has no AA here. He's been relying entirely on his helicopters. Giving us a much needed tick. A tank CV is coming forward. I'm not sure how much armor this has. Oh, it's definitely not super strong. F-15 Eagle hanging out over here. We send our AA after it, and a bunch of AA opens up on it and misses, and yeah, I don't really know what to say. Another F-15 comes out and walks into a wall of our stuff. And does it die? I can't remember. No, it doesn't, of course. Crazy that it doesn't die. That's completely insane. Getting some Conquerors out to just kind of suppress any reinforcements. In retrospect, maybe not the greatest choice. He doesn't have a lot of vehicles. Just a huge buildup of infantry here. Rocket helo's out of ammo. We do have a supply helo back here for helos to back up into. So the Conqueror sees this. Gets a kill on the vehicle. Conquerors open up on something else over here. Humvee TOW. We miss. What's that aiming at? We take down the Humvee TOW. Lucky for us. I'm not quite sure what it was shooting at. Conquerors move forward, maybe a little too aggressively. I think just standard homosexuals are what we want here. There's a guy at bomb goes into the middle of nowhere. Looks like some kind of glitch there. Desantniki Razvedka are here to help support these Eaglas. But they're not up at the front, so I guess that Eagla just chased away that airborne dragon. That's sort of a embarrassment for you guys. Come on. You guys should be able to defeat 2 dudes, one of whom has an anti-aircraft gun, so essentially 1 dude. Is that alright? Yeah. 1 dude with an AK-74 just made these hardened American soldiers run away into the woods. Tick is brought to a close with the TTS Sheridan coming up here. Spetsnaz GRU try to push forward, get kind of caught out. A lot of my AAs now, or some of my AAs out of ammo here. Something that I neglected. Spetsnaz GRU gets spotted by all this airborne, and as they try to shoot back, they fall. Eagle starts taking fire from airborne scouts, but the Skrezit comes and, again, not doing a terrible job compared to the Gazes. And it's the same with like VLRA, the French thing. Conkers goes down. Looks like a sort of small infantry push here comes forward. Skrezit comes into range from a ATGM, goes down. And now I make, I think, a good decision, which is sending these Afghansi into these buildings here to keep this. I think they arrived just in the nick of time. Spetsnaz GRU starts putting their sniper rifle down on the airborne. Afghansi take a lot of fire trying to make it to this house, but finally the Afghansi show up. Now there's a problem for this airborne. This is the perfect range for this Afghansi. This is exactly what Afghansi want. So they just annihilate this airborne. This is like ideal. For anyone who doubts Afghansi, this is what it's for. It might not happen every game, but that was the ideal situation. Skrezit gets some shots on the Apache, hopefully scaring it away. Afghansi continue. They will win this, even though they're super suppressed because of the sniper rifle, I believe. I could be wrong. Route them. It's good. Another big build up here. A lot more stingers to deal with for anti-helicopter purposes. I get a build up of BMDs because for some reason I got the impression that he didn't have a lot of ATGMs over here. There's a guy bomb, comes for the tow. Not a lot of ground-based AA for my opponent either. Kind of strange. I guess he's just fully relying on the F-15s. Conkers opens up on supply. Next one on the... Nope. Next one does not see that. And here he pokes his head out, and another just like good situation. Everyone dragons are too suppressed to kill the BMD. Now with BMD support, this is like things are really getting deleted in here. If he pokes his head out, Metis sees something, kills some supply. Trade MiG-29 for an F-15, always good. He gets a CV in this zone. But our Conkers do end up being in the right position. Whether or not they can hit their shots is an entirely different question. So +1 goes to him, turning into a +2 as soon as he gets this. The Conkers fire. He smokes just in time. Should definitely have a homosexual or just a ground-based Conkers in there. Not sure why I don't. Could also push these BMDs up, although they might get taken out by the BMD Dragons. Or, I'm sorry, Airborne Dragon. We get our CV up here. This Airborne Scouts is still... I'm curious what he can see here. He has pretty good vision because of the Scouts here. That's actually disgusting. Whereas I see basically just this stuff that he's pushed forward right into my face. So he's definitely doing better with that. Laser guided bomb comes forward, probably to kill these Afghansi. No? Goes for the CV and loses the laser guided bomb. So definitely good for us. We bring this CV forward to contest this point, and finally some artillery is coming forward. I'm not quite sure what they're shooting at. Okay. Artillery is zeroed in on Strela or BMD here. Hits the Strela. I guess he sees the Strela or something. CV is like not going into the zone. I guess I misclicked. We have a Sneed coming out just to like, I don't know, have some presence. And then here comes the Acula. I bring the Acula forward because I sort of noticed a lack of AA in here, and then I push forward with the BMDs, which gets us the vision we need to start firing in here. And we do have BMDs here now. So the Desantnikis push forward for vision, and the BMDs, or you can see it. This Spetsnaz hasn't unloaded. He does have a buildup of Stingers here, and so I think I lost another Acula, or that might not have happened yet. This Acula pulls over here. But this is good for us. Like we're getting, like, this is the vision we needed. These Desantniki BMDs get us the vision. Acula comes over here to resupply. Get a +1 again. BMDs around the sides. Killing, or at least suppressing these Stingers. And we kill the CV tank, and these try to push forward, but that comes into our wall of units here. The rocket helo is getting shot at, somehow lives. Eagle is here, fire at this Apache. Conquers goes down to the Dragon or the Apache or something. BMD, this is a good fight for us. These engineers aren't going to be super good against the BMD. I think we're sort of losing in terms of points and numbers, but strategically we're wearing down my opponent's abilities here. It looks like a CV here went down. My opponent might be getting low himself on CVs. Nothing has come over here. Skrezets come forward to deal with the Apache. Don't I have Spetsnaz here somewhere? Why haven't? Oh yeah, here's Spetsnaz. I'm like sending them over here to try to find this this CV over there. I think I, at this point, finally decide to unload those Spetsnaz. Apache kills the BMD, unsurprisingly. Spetsnaz just marching across the field. They have a mission, and they're going to run to it and accomplish it. Artillery raining down. This helicopter shows up into the face of a bunch of Stingers. I guess it dances just out of range there. Or out of vision, I guess. Acula fires at that. That is in range. Gets stunned. And explodes in midair. These two anti-AT helos are still alive. I guess they're just in the perfect position. Both Spetsnaz come forward. Over here, there's a big push of infantry, but not really a huge problem for me. We're worried about CVs at this point. MiG-29 takes a hit. The Spetsnaz gets into position. Airborne Dragon open up on it with like one AT plane, gets shot out of the sky. Taking out one of my helos, but definitely not an entirely terrible trade. Spetsnaz are now both in this building, and I'm really worried about it dying to a airstrike. Spetsnaz finish off the airborne dragon. Send this moving building to building. Trying to be as cautious as possible. F-16 comes forward. And at this point I'm realizing that I'm out of the supply for my AA. It shoots down my Acula. I don't think it would have if I had supply on these things. Spetsnaz force the airborne leader out. Very good. I should have moved him into there, in retrospect. Microed him to kill that. And all of this. I think I have it on a hunt order, which is not ideal. This is also not ideal. It should just be pushing forward. A-10 Warthogs come forward to try to finish off this Spetsnaz. But it does walk into a wall of AA. One goes down. The Spetsnaz lives. This Spetsnaz is not so lucky, but the A-10 Warthog does walk into my my web here, and it does go down. It's about to be over. My opponent surrendered here. I'm not sure if it was entirely over. I think it may have been. I think he lost all his planes, and he had so many units invested in planes. And then look, yeah, there's a lot of artillery investment here. But yeah, it was a good game. I think the double F-15s in the beginning is not what you want to do with a airborne division, in my opinion, but this guy's way higher rank than me, so maybe he was expecting some kind of weird thing. Maybe like a helicopter rush or something. Maybe that's what he was worried about. Or he was just gonna try to like strafe. I'm not sure. But at this point, he did surrender. Yeah, so at that time he was, yeah, it still says 384, so definitely a high-ranked player, so I'm pretty pleased with beating him. Currently we are rank 1700, 1800. Looking at the kills, nothing really stood out. This Acula, meh. Iglas did, the AA is maybe what stood out here. Like, we got our AA out and it really paid off. Like, we killed a lot of planes, even though we have terrible AA. He, nevertheless, with his laser-guided bombs, was causing some serious problems. The Apaches are good. Yeah, a lot of airplay from my opponent. So that was, I think if I'd gone less into air in the beginning, or less into AA in the beginning, it might have turned out differently. I did feel air bullied at several moments during this game, so I think if that's what he was going for, it was a success. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you like this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. If you have any replays that you'd like to send me, just let me know. I will commentate them. I enjoy it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.